na enkamom sede beya eba no eka ehun hyehyeye wo amanone ehun nsem so a ebetimi aye no pepepe so sa so na eye ohene a wo wasa brekum wode ato edwa sasa bredi wo bepie mu ho no ma anti-galamsey tax force for eje wo mo ensase wo mo eboro wo mo ntiaban emra meye wo mo emwa sa so na senua eye bia bia wo ahafo region sabre die wo mo kasa agege entoboa etimi esi eye maternity block ewo ehonom we ene nsem kaye ka ho na semufuo asone so a osomfo abena chebo achemede eba beda mo se premo kase na mame fasada kase emma this way chocolate a drink and ewie ma osanka wo ice ne wusu onyu tibigum numusa na nom mpenfo pemo frappe obi bia pe best point 7 solution best assurance for usika sam no assurance nsem nyina akodan wo mo wo beye wo emwa you2i data sort eyenchine pame yo ba painting chira metimi akamfo ede ama wo no saso and a special eyes me no water enso mankwa enso yenkwa enti se wobetimi enya nkwa ma na wie period ya eno one special eyes mineral water eno na mekanfo ede ama afa kase no emu enchemu His Excellency John Dramani Mahama akoka eye bibremu ase empanfo nyina amasabre wo mo ade dwumedie bi ede anase nhyiemu na eno eye 2025 G20 summit no eho eno mampanyini ede etu edwase ehu behia ese eno eye African Union Debt Conference ewo Togo eho se dwumedi a ekoso no eno ena His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ede tu edwase ehu behia se bibemu ase nyina ebetimi aye nkabomu eba no eye eka eho hyehyeye a wosese nkabomu no edi wo manimu a eno na sa hyehyeye no omubetimi enya no yiemu na etimi soso aboa wo.
In Ghana, over the last several years, there was an acceleration of debt accumulation, much of it going into budget support and consumption expenditure, and in a very poor governance environment. And so, what is the new debt agenda for Africa? If we're to shift from managing debt crisis to unlocking debt as a tool for development, then Africa must adopt a new public debt management agenda that is rooted in 3 foundational pillars. And the first one is transparency and accountability. Debt should serve the people, and this means strengthening parliamentary oversight, enhancing public debt audits, and promoting open budget systems. According to the IMF, less than 40% of African countries publish detailed debt reports. This must change. The second is productive, efficient, and responsible borrowing. Borrowing must be tied to high-impact projects that deliver tangible returns to our people. In Ghana, we're prioritizing value-added agriculture, renewable energy, road infrastructure, digital infrastructure, and health and education sectors. All these sectors yield multiplier effects in jobs, exports, and innovation. And the third is regional solidarity and global financial reform, the third pillar. And with this, Africa must speak with one voice to push for a fairer global financial rules. Credit rating agencies must adopt methodologies that reflect the structural reforms and the growth potential of African economies, not just penalize us for volatility that we did not create. Let us also build the capacity of African financial institutions such as the African Development Bank, the Afri-Exim Bank, the AFC, and the proposed African Monetary Fund to offer concessional financing tailored to Africa's development reality.
Ewa sanche mudie na se ena His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kasano no san eche mu se wodi wo man Ghana ye desuade a ye hunu anase eniema yesua efa eye eka ye de eho enhyehyeye eno ene wone eye ebibrem hase mpanfo nyina so so eche na sa ewo sa dwumedi eye African Union Conference on Debt on debt ewo Lomitogo ne ho na eye nhwemudie miensa bi a omutansa na fo miensa no mutusi ho no eye saa nhwemudie na saa nhyehyeye no nso no na se dwumedie ni nyina enkoso no African Union Commission, Department for Economic Development, Tourism, Trade, Industry and Minerals for ene hyehyeye na tipo a edaso eye Africans Public Debt Management Agenda said ye be kwan mo befa so asiesie abo eye nhyehyeye a ye betimi ede ahye ye ka ye die enso so ehoban.
Ghana, like many of our peers and neighbors, has had to undergo a very painful restructuring exercise to restore macroeconomic stability and rebuild investor confidence. And so who better to speak on this theme than the Republic of Ghana? These facts are stark reminders that while debt can be a catalyst for transformation, it can also be the source of fiscal fragility and lost sovereignty if it is not well managed. And now I'll give you a reflection and lessons on Ghana's journey in debt restructuring. Ghana's debt history is emblematic of the broader African experience. In the early 2000s, under the HIPIC and MDRI initiatives, Ghana was able to slash its debt to GDP ratio from over 100% to under 30%. This unlocked significant fiscal space and allowed for investment in education, roads, and the health sector. Between 2006 and 2015, successive governments, including mine, that's in my first coming, strategically combined concessional and non-concessional financing to accelerate infrastructure development and social inclusion. Under my administration in 2015, Ghana entered into an IMF-supported extended credit facility program to restore fiscal discipline, particularly in the energy sector. However, in the years that followed, in a splurge of unrestrained borrowing, Ghana's debt to GDP ratio went from as low as 56.3% in 2016 to a peak of 90.7% in 2022. We faced surging borrowing costs and currency depreciation. And by 2023, interest payments alone consumed 47% of total government revenue, a level described by the World Bank as fiscally unsustainable. In 2024, through constructive engagement under the G20 Common Framework, Ghana reached a $5.4 billion debt restructuring deal with our bilateral creditors, providing essential breathing room. But the path to recovery continues to remain complex. Ghana's experience offers three key lessons. One, that timely and transparent engagement with the creditors matter. Delays only deepen the crisis. Then two, multilateral support must be flexible and must be aligned with our domestic development priorities. And three, sustainable debt is not just about debt to GDP ratio. It is about what the debt is used to finance and the governance that underpins that debt. And here, we leaders of Africa must take some responsibility for the debt trap in which our countries find themselves.
Also for our share and sase and obadi and yama power dear doom here for my good year so Major Lands and Natural Resources Minister Honorable Emmanuel Makofibo and Enra was share Emma Utitini away in the sewa no and enko share Central Regional Lands Commission ano o mane iswaye opinini opinini Theophilus Mensa na dwumadi opoti a odi ahye nensa ene se obehwe ama kwampa nipa dodo na abefa so enya ensase na afen so no enhyehye a ewo ho no ma betimi aboban ayi eye court nsensem ne manso twen ede efri ho no mo afen so obesan ahye ama yensase anase environment no so no abo eho eban
protecting coastal zones and wetlands from illegal development. and ensure staff accountability to uphold professionalism. We must also be a check on corruption at the Land Commission. We must also join President John Mohamed's recent agenda for job creation and industrialization, which relies heavily on land reforms. The Central Region positions itself as a destination for tourism and agro-industry. Your role in providing secure, well-documented land cannot be overemphasized. Let me also commend the outgoing commission for their services. The legacy provides the foundation for the new world to build on. With this, I now have the singular privilege to declare the Central Regional Lands Commission duly inaugurated. Thank you.
If you look at the petitions, and you know that this kind of work, land issues, linked with chieftaincy issues, and none of them have had to come with a lot of petitions. My brothers and sisters who have opportunity to support the activities of Lands Commission in Central Region, it's not going to be an easy task, but let's get ready, you can do it. It must not be seen as an avenue for enrichment. No, you cannot. Some of us think that the law must be made in such a way that, including the chairman, where unnecessary infractions are committed, apart from holding on to the Land Commission as an institution, an individual who perpetrates such infraction must also be held accountable individually, so that anytime anybody will be taking decisions concerning land and land issues in Central Region, that person will have to revisit the note. Within few words, I accept to be a chairman and I welcome all of you.
Deeply honored and humbled by this appointment. I wish to express my heartfelt thanks to the President, the Vice President, and the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Imawa Amma Kofi Bua. I'm inspired to build upon it with integrity, dedication, and spirit of collaboration. As I take this role, I pledge to listen, to learn, and to lead with transparency and purpose. I know that with your continued support, we can achieve great things together. Once again, I thank you all for this opportunity. I look forward to serve you with humility and excellence.
Abusafo ya talk ase no so asabre nya na ntie se transport operators, commercial transport operators ayi nsentrofo nhyiemu La Paz. Na ni nyina ne se omo hwe ni mo se nyame ya domo a mebusumi ye wo mu ne de toso dunku no na che se next week Monday omo de omo ne nyina begu fom na che se omo ko strike enam so ema yensem tro ni Jacob Kubi ekopie mu honom nti ye kwa homa no so na ya gina manebo Jacob what me come mo ha ba UTV promoka se so
ne du so me nyaba
na ho te se ye wie
o nyame ado me ho ye pa
ye de nyame ase na de na nam so adroba fo yi se on the 19th omo air strike.
Yo, me say na we dey kan no commercial transport operators Ghana etwaso. They say eya asankafo eku a ewo eya Ghana fenem nyina na omo aka omho abom. Na eya ene dey eno mo ye central point ehye mu tentrente kese pa ewo eya La Paz. Na eya deputy PRO at the GPRCU eya Samuel Amwa ene dey ansem today. In some all kind nyina say eya asenkafo a ewo oman we mu no nkama ye say a police for ewo oman we mu no eni omu NDA we asobo o de bo aya police for omu kire mu a eya ya kwantimfo efi eya kaso abepie mu wo eya Accra Central no eya ade a eya ade tonfo wono mu tunto ade o traffic mu wono mu wo bus stop etunto ade no eya no omu kika omu anemu a police for enti omu empamo omu so omo kokana police for ni tiremu a enya omo ejuma na omo to eya omo ya pa ye obepie mu eya La Paz a eya ka kwan no mfinfin e na eya ejadifo no ache eja na te ejadifo ni wo ho mo na se ka abo omo na police for abeke eya omo adraba for no apenzi no udu ka so eya to ogu to omo bus stop ho mo no omo ku ho mo a bus stop ni nyina ya che je wo tintin omo nya bebi ampake or train the work at every time over police me every a phone mu no or betty a driver you know and yama akoso omaka police for and one night is someone train a phone everyone or move through her into way here soon as the two just say a copy and a copy a Monday and yeah dear or Tinkanibia Bekika omo be yiro mo kenti so mo fa omunyama nyina engu fom ema omo fa obia kofem time and penifo be yi eya ejadifo na fi eya account center home no ka kwanti so be yi omo afiri ho omo ba la pa se be yi omo afiri ho mo ka so omo yi omo afiri kwan no mo de enya de a omo de omo be yi ta omo be yi tuma so afa enkofo nti ne insentopo nchiemu a omo fe no ene tatem we na mo de tuja
nti na che se ejadifo na etwintwa wo mo na be bia be pake car na wo ma hyedwa wo ho no mo wo ka kokopia wo bi pe na posifo aba be che wo so munye omo ho twabere enti omo haw kese eno no nyesa okay Jacob minim se na wo twe etwa mu ana se na kakrani ena wukro ya wukopie mu ewo La Paz mpotemu wa na ewura pa chechirenti na egugu ekwan mu ene mmea enei wo fa ho no mo uko sa nsentofo nhie mu ya commercial transport operators yi ye wodi wani fa mu na ewura no ensam no etese mpemfo akosese afiri ho ana se da so gu ho
me no ka se bi wo be pie mu o ye La Paz mpemfo atesa ewura no Ivi na area we kura me no ka se me ko fa ho mo no na emrantie mienu ema mienu omo gina ho mo a eye bola na bebi omo tadi gu pa no omo ma ho kwan mo omo fengu ho ape ntunu wona omo tonton eye ntare ni nyamanyama ho kwan no eye a omo yo mo bola ni wi a omo hihye no kotoku no ma beje mu ede egu ho ye ko medu ho no na san ade no eguso na emom omo de ya akotoku akese ebegu ho omo de bola ni gu mu omo chemu se eye ka me du ho mo a omo abepeja bola no ede atum na emom eye ekwan ni fifi ni de omo chesi no wo ho pampia omo ne adrava fo no epre eye ekwan no
okay yo ene na koso afo wani nso edi wo machi ye hwe sempanyfo de niam begu akwam adwadifo na twe wo ho edi free station ho se de be driver fo no so benya wo ho ade na afi nsusu no diran se de osika te egu boto no so ye sere wo mo sese mfi ho na ho no so intimate abusuafo yensem choni Jacob Kubi ena yete na manebon ye to akase no eso EU ambassador Emma oh my Ghana His Excellency Aichad Razali ena sabre wodi atudwa sese ba no wo my Ghana ya yonkofo eda ye ne European Union for ewona wo se eyade a emu edopa na mu bekoso asoso asan epi opanyini edi nsemi eto edwa abrana wo mu edi wo mu afisha na eba European Day no ehonom ena wo de sansemi nyina etudwa.
The European Union and its member states have significantly increased their investments in major infrastructure. We collaborate with Ghana in building smart, sustainable cities with equal access to energy, clean water, sanitation. Between 2021 and 2027, the Team Europe invested no less than 1 billion, less than 1 billion, less than 1 billion, less than 1 billion, less than 1 billion. The European Union and its member states. Investment is on its way for the long-awaited retrofitting of the Pont Dam. Today, we celebrate a historic event. Exactly 75 years ago, the 9th of May 1950, one of the fathers of Europe, Robert Schuman, delivered a foundational speech that shaped the European Union that we know today, emerging from the devastation of World War II. European nations came together, binding their fates in the pursuit of a united vision based on peace, on democracy, and on solidarity. Schuman's message of unity and the value of partnership is still quite pertinent today.
The EU's active involvement in over 30 projects addressing diverse areas of national and regional security, from preventing violence to managing borders and countering the spread of misinformation, is a testament of its commitment to ensuring stability in the country and the region as a whole. This multifaceted partnership shows that the EU's engagement in Ghana is a strategic one aimed at a stable and prosperous future, ensuring that Ghana is able to take its destiny in its own hands through progress in health, education, employment, security in the interest of Ghana and the EU.
Over the past few years you spent with us, you've engaged in promoting that partnership. Together we have worked on various projects, and by yourself you've advanced the goodness of the EU throughout the country. We recognize and see all the efforts you've made in agriculture, security, and in my personal favorite, sustainability. You've brought diplomacy closer to the people, and you've set a standard for others to follow. And for that we congratulate you and we say thank you. As we look into the future, we look forward to that partnership and what it brings to our people. We look forward to creating bridges that puts the youth of our country, the youth of the European Union together towards a better world. A world devoid of hunger, devoid of poverty, devoid of sickness.
Empayimfo a womo eka bi wo mo musa wonim de ene nhyehyeye eba no eye rubber ehon samasabre wo mo koye nhyiemudie e wotema e o Greater Accra mantam mu na ho na womo edi tu dwase wanhyehyeye ene bambo a efa eye rubber yenye ho nsachiraye enye no nko a eba ye kashew ni ye share na egusuwa ejina mu kete a ebo eho ban kanka de de call amanone no neno nenam so emma Chief Executive Officer emma TDC Dr. Andy Osei Okra wode to edwase eho behia pa se ye ba no ye raw materials na se bitimi ka oman Ghana mu se de be ya local companies no enso ebetimi edi ejuma na sa ejumedie 3 Crops Development Authority ena yesa enhyemudie no
that per year alone if any ton of unprocessed rubber leaf it's almost 450 Ghana cedis, and if we put average tonnage that has gone the last 2023 2024 to get average is about 50,000 tons, and that gives you almost 22.5 million Ghana cedis per year that we've lost. And we think that we have to arrest this situation. So we all met here to discuss the directives that, yes, we do agree that all actors should play their role and we can have a fruitful business. But in this particular instances, there's a directive that if really you want to export, if you have done your registration, you have license to do that business, and you want to export raw rubber or unprocessed rubber or cashew or share, you need to engage TCDA for a written permit, and TCDA will ensure whether we will allow this export to be done, or you can pass it on to the local factories or processors to do that. So we have agreed, customs were here, port, shippers council, everybody that matters at this high level were here, and we have all agreed to the point that yes, before this commodities or products since from 2nd May leaves the port, as you are speaking today, leave the port, they would have seen the written authority or permit from TCDA before they allow it to go. Or is to ensure that we have raw materials to feed the industry locally. And as His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama commissioned the Feed Ghana project or program, he indicated that we have to feed the Ghana industries with our raw materials. And then from production now, we could see that there's a shortfall almost 3-point-something metric tons of shortfall of raw materials, and then we need to catch up and help them.
When you say how competitive are we, if I look at quality, I would say we are number one. But in terms of, let's say, pricing and all that, in the rubber industry, we have the reference pricing and everybody works towards that. And it's the quality in terms of the parameters that the buyer will give you is what matters. So in terms of competition in quality from the field, the cap-room quality, for us, I think that we are number one.
TCD, the local companies, we can have a negotiation. Though there's an open price at the market, But they said, you know, when you buy rubber and you lamp them before you send them to factory, you lose water. And that shortages are all losses. And they are aware. The companies are aware, all the local companies are aware. So we can go for renegotiation so that they can add something extra to the price that we have. Be it Ghana Obe State Limited, be it Nairobi's, any other company, we have to go for renegotiation. You cannot accept the normal market price. That one cannot help.
Yatwa kasiya no so yenya nti yese nipa bonfo bi aboewura Achimoda St Andrew Anglican Basic School B omo edan no mo e wa Achimoda Brim Central Municipality we Eastern Region amasabre omakwa wia sukufo no omo roofing sheet eye chense a yede bodan no so ensi wa omo enkonya ene omo table omo tena sososo no nipa bonfo yi akwakọ wie ya akromfo yi enam so ma yensa aka yensem kironi kwabena ofowi e wa homa no so kwabena wotemenka mema wa ha
mini aba mejo so
na wo hote sei
obo ade adom na odim
kwabena na emfonyi na yetwagwe chese dan ni nyina na yetimi ya wa nchense na free so sa eba ne sen
ese oda sorry na wanti anwasema na chese da no ense da nye da papa wo eye Achimoda St Andrew Anglican Basic School eye junior high school a ewo no na chese wodi wani akyeremu wo Atefa Senior High School a woko Achimoda Old Town na school ewo prayer mountain wa na areho sam ne se enra na minya ne nti yefi assembly member ono ehwesa empatem wo ye insenia electoral area assembly member ono abo papa ya amwa etu hu efrem sakwabna brane behwe ade a medi mani abehu idim ika mikodu ono na chese areho sam a esaye anwanwasem esaye firimpokura aka ho esan say school dan a ya boso fefefe na emremu ho kakra enche ye kora no eye school na A and B na nsuo toy ema eye A no eso pai nti babia echagu wo mfonyini no so TV no so no eho na empanifo school fo empanifo no ehwe ma enkwala no ekoya omukotena ya eye school dan a ense yo eye school dan papa ewo honom na wabra omubo eye no so wiye no na omode omo enkwala ni nyina ekọ enti na babia ewei sese a akromfo aba betutu nchanse dan no nda empanifo hwese nkomba siesie ho nso kama na omache nkwala ni mumienu na bifo no asa aba back to sa classroom a enei omoda sorry ya no na tese akromfo ayonfofo a se debre na tretromonsa omodomonsa hwe omo a omo exercise scrap na omo tretromonsa hwe omo se enei omususu se omo disa enyambra semi wa bra yakoda sorry ya no na omo etimi afro eye edan atutu nchanse dan nyina omo afanso eye enkonya egu school dan ni no eye nade nyina so omo sesa ni nyina ba kumpo no eye akromfo yi entimi enja ewo school mu ho no mu a ene sensuo pa nyina enyunugu edan ni mu a sili ni nyina bu ede agu fom esan se nchanse enkata so na eno na assembly member yi esufre eye mpanifo esan se bambo wo honom no wo fom kra security ni bia nche de ni honom enti sa nkrofo yi ebowura honom a na chese de omo pe no omo asesa enei eye nchanse dan a ebo edan eye school dan so no omo tinye yi ni nyina maako eyi ni nyina omo anja ba kokra ewo so aye arehosem na eno kra enso ho no eye omanfo bi anasa abuafo bi nso etimi si toilet ede ma eye enkwala no eno nso kra no omusa bowura mu a omatutu eye sink no ene sebe de ukoja wonan a wotena so no nyina omatutu no ede kwa na chese eye arehosem pa wo eye St Andrew Anglican Basic School eye junior high school enti ni aba so obepiem wa Achimoda akrono a sebe time na okakra na chese asaye ferry kra ya amomanfo no na piem wa ha ene assembly member honorable papa ya amwa esufre eye abampanifo NGOs ene ankra senke be ya omumra na omumeso na sene se de be ya obetimi asa abodan so na enkwala no ya chem na sanse be bia ene omuwo no omudoso wo classroom wo no mu a omunko nti se ya de senka omutimi esiesie bia ene ya tutu edan enchance dan ni nyina enko betimi ache omumienu na ebi nso akusua ade wo sa classroom wo
omo tutu akonfo ye tutu nchanse ya na eye dan foforo anase ye dan esi wo dada na nkola na kom ana fe na nko mo ba be kom
eye dan a ewo ho dada eno na medi nkaka se eye A and B nkola ne dɔɔso nti no ebi wa ha na ebi wa ha na A ho no na eye edan a eso paaye nso toye no de no de eno ankasa na so paaye enti omu nyina akɔ ba bi enei omatutu enchansin na free dan no so no enche na nye dan a acha bebre abeka se eye dan bi a eye dada bro so da bi ena nye mono nso saa eti enchansin no no omatutu a ama ayete se de obi ebebo dan so ayenya mfa enchansin ni nguso enchansin gu super na enipa bonefo ene omatina tutu ni nyina free so saa
kwabena na empotemu honom no edan bi a meho obi eni ho na nchansi no mututu ye da krope ena omudi tutu ye anase omututu ni nkaka omani ba omo so na omututu ni nyina
adan ben eye ehonom na adan na ben on enshedam ben school dan ni pi ana ho hwe edan we particular na omututu nchansi na eno no wo eye a block no nachi etisa wonam ka kwan ho a na se obi edi eye ensamone sa na se enya de pa so obi betwe adwena koso se se nipa odi nsamone sa enya de se ubehu ahwe kra beka se bia ya bo omo pa se omo modan so nti me ye sure so se eye anwumre anasa anadwoa obi adeda no na esa nipa bonifo edi sa anyambra sem sa no
I see kwabena we dey mu awrem because say the chance nsi wo dede a enkofo etimi etutu pa obi entimi ehu inside there ene na akromfo no omo ya akromfo ankasa enti ye beja say the eye penfo dia to just say omo hia moa so omesen abodan ni so bi say the amofra no so ebetimi enya eye tena be enti ni ekosofo ani de echi ye be film abia so ma UTV ni ahefo nyina so ehu bi abusuafo ye toa kase no eso Krontin hini awo wasa brekum ewa Memfi West empesua so ewa Western region na na J Moses na sabre die nana chese niema ahye na kuma mu aboroso no sabre pie efri abontene ni nyina eye buro bi a nkrofo binom abo ne nkrofo a wo susu se sa nipa no eye Anti-galamsey tax force na nase ni nyina eye se wo mu suku adan bi a ewo kronum honom no eyade a enye kro a sei ne no ne nam so ema ni tu ne mrantiefo ni bi se wo mo ekohan eye machine se wo mo de kwakotu anwea na eja wo mo de aba besiesie eye suku dan ne no ene nam so ema saa Anti-galamsey task force foi ekoto se saa ne mrantie no so eburo wo mo fimfram ne no na ekire mu se eyade a eye saa Anti-galamsey task force foi wo mo tietia eye mrantie yi efa hodie so eji womo efa ahudie efiri womo nsem tie no nti no wo sempanyfo so omunye hyehyemu na sa nkrofo yi omufo mu megina mmerani na mmara ene omuni na na mana esi hono ma sabro de ato aban ene ankwankwa adwumakuo NGOs fo nyina nim se wo sere womo omra meye womo emmoa no mutimi nsi saa amofre omusuku adan se de be ya amofra no so ebenya baby partner na sabre die sa suku dan no eyade a aseye pa
I think say Omo ban someone yes man. We welcome them. But we should concentrate more tano usunin. Concentrate more tano nini forest na kuntaman for seron. Then say we film and other things. You see,
and other
one thing I want all of us to know is say asasi bia ya illegal money osubia concession or owner. For example, akunta mining waje concession all over Obama constituency waje bebre. He is the person who should be questioned. That person should be questioned and bring people out. For now this amount they should bring them out. Say ha me de my way on our say you me de my ha on our say forest. So that we bring that person out. We actually abua my young nipa na process adwuma. But obi asabio onam bia otin moto so okotwa no board there was say one team boots. No na say gina oko hen I suspect say oko galamsey asi the match there. I don't think it works like that. So there's that kind of intimidation in my constituency, which I would think those who have been brought here should listen to me and make sure say I have the police for almost say they are part of this operation. They are launching me a papa na 2 years school down no and I'm all about say rich for the when you have say had city here school down no I say cry no bibia ye the be na kakra ni na ye na community decided say school down for ndi ekotwa blocks ekotwa blocks ni na atu anwia ye de be hyehyɛ dan no edi mi kwatate honorable PM no so ni obi a all machines a otu anwia owo machines na excavator bi beru tu anwia nti obi contact na hwe nti ndo yi memo hanu ma na omo nipa baaye se ose wo mehwe ye kwa no a machine be fa so a ode anwia ne be ba no ampa ba ye kwa no che se ba bi wo bridge mi bi wo bridge le jisa nti do boaz na ntimi fa bridge ne so is a bridge no is a bridge wetin bridge we na ye and yes ana tie dia bra wo be boy wo happen obetu anya bi wo ha de machine na e be bridge ni maye nti mo sre no na mo machine ni maye ni nko twadua na wo machine ni adua ni meto bridge ne so na nya me ya adoma ye tu anwia na aka ne tima de tinya fa so ampa yes so de o si yo no ka che machine na ba nti ni anya be se 530 machine ye de be dura de pe bi mo operator ye de e da ye oda ye sa de che se ye trade man so ye de ye But for me, so they say 5:30 to 6, no. Let me come here, and be trying to pay a little bit of the echo. You come here by and say, you don't want to now, so the machine the buyer. No, no people man can know. Why am I could go knock from the army? That's it. You are not educated with them more. And the maybe I mean, who went to to see never from what to bar, or better than Chinese will say, cars is so a patrolling cars almost opposite, then say, you know, come we have a queen, they can be also. Machine had the bar handway, a do away day, or maybe cremated the same machine of a pago. I'm afraid, me come teacher mine. Fair, Mlanton, and I'm so many good day. Young couple macho, then church of Muncho must say, and you're going to say to my machine here, they ever ha.
Yet, walk a siano so, Henny, and no man for more senior. Ewo esunafo south mpesua so ewo ahafo region ena sabre wo mo ankasa ye o mo fundraising edidi to okeke o mo nsase na sika o mo nyaaye no ena o mo timi die si maternity block ewo wo mo ekuro mu honom ama sabre de o mo sie wie ni nyina na we say se adwumedi o mo ye yi e kire se nananom ene manfo o mo honom etu o mo si wo pass o mo beboa ama mo manfo nyina anya pomodin aso ye papa. Eno na nam so Emma have regional minister honorable Charity Gardner ene esunafo south district chief executive and so honorable Yinka Benjamin wo modi abaso bokese pa de ama nana ene omanfo mo senua se de omaye no eso eni papa so omotimi adadwumedi pasei edi
Uyo wahene ana uye kuroba uyo hema nese adie sei ehia eda wakoma so ema wototo nsase ede boa ema yesia na ehu se uyo ba atampa udwene wo man ho na wo san so dwene enchirima ho tinama me beda mase sese bi omunya sika no ke mmetim de aye bibi bebre enso mo besom badwene ye man no ho sanse ye kwa wo so a ye bre eno ti mo besi maternity ward ama ye da mase bebre Minim said I near Simi Fefe contribution a year in I said the Edebaya, Lady Bessis. As I see the mechanism a bem was here, yam so as regional minister, and me papa honorable Kopoku, Yabeba near the support mo, yes, dining amano. And can you know, now possibly and find a member Mariano. They unite in class here, a year never united a boom. Ebekaya, a do consider a body rule. Na ya kwenti efiso ni akopraso na ehwai kama na yeyina sanse yeyina every one community na yeni mpuntu ese ni so ene politics nti se adene aban de crampo a yes aban na rede emna me se yes sanfri akwa no ho sa na yeyina kan ho bomu a yebetime nye mpuntu bebra eye ne ya na yede yaye etebese say ya to abawie ya na politics akwawie dia aka no puntu o man na kan humom sebe ya ye be puja asnawo sa franka no sebe ya enema ye bia na sebe timai dai aka se nua man ko kan ye ho ne ntumi meda obi bia wode ne kakra na ho de ne bibia be boy bia no
Medanas. Me mammy ran soon and fee. This year, welcome. Honorable Frank Adusipoku. Honorable Georgia Boachi. Omomo so on the boy. Medo Bibiasi. Messan so ada. Mianka Seminia. Paya so say, I were to for him. Oh, at my dear Musu. Medanasi. I want a more. Empire, the Sika or the Abua. Emma Demunia Manso. Yet me enya.
Oman for more futuwe wo Cape Coast Metropolis. E won finfin mantemu na sabri. Wo mo dia to empanyfo anim se wo sere. Wo mrame no me yomo emwa isanse. Bia yedi ewura egu containers yedi ewura egu mu no. E yade omo ni binti enam so. Emma bia na obia ejai ewura ede egu. Wo mo se containers yi wo mo hia ko mo hia mako be se miensa. A wo mo di besisi emia wo mo se ebasa ebema hunidie etimi akoso yie pa wo se nei wo hia containers eni honti no kwan bia ho a na wo magai ewuregu nti ebasa emwa emma emponkrofo a wo mo enam kwan so wo mo ko Kakum National Park wo no ahunidie enwie pe nti wo mo sere mpanyfo se omo meye omo moa.
Me Portima Assembly so many times obi an kasa mo even many environmental health for me wanna ba ni na enti in fact this year no I am the papa de mpanyfo wati ye ne hona de wotwemu ha na hu ye ne ha se hwe kwan ba tourist center efutu health center no wo ahayai enti na say iwe de me ogu kwan ho a onye fe enti mbedi oye me je papa ye the UTV watching start from the Munka Bibi Mpampo no. You know how he knew papa. Sabu so bi ko Kakum National Park no do anu ho de iwe duwa. Na nzeme bi nse dan koye. Na mum my ozumi kase nyina no mizi ozumi ga yofon papa. Ikro yi na your containers too. Wa betema koko. Man nante ho more than 1 year. Obi an kasa mo. But onyo no so na mapa ba. Yegudo nya fam ze bia no ye. Eti be for them akwenye do. Na ma sra be mpanyfo mbo biara o de boy na ebetum be yi dem site ki de piano ma sado yarba onkonkobo mama mfre no yetumo ni mabebre o municipal ya pe container ni visa ha amutu ye gbo de ni mo ba yetumo ni mala yakwa oyeye na mo to de nso ya ka che asase ni wa dem nje iwe ni gu still now e man ugu we wa ha even if you saw on phone coach obaka kom it one more biara into yin ye kachi ko wunje sa wunye dama aboti tisi aye peter dem yeji iwe ni gu but on me container bimbe ni si be yu gu a so my man gu an si tini atata sempanyefo no tu me container ni bia ni tu ze be de gu o ya ma foko sometimes on go phone one car say wo me shop ma ye one will complain anti-American no yenti yesre ome yiwe ni mfi ha man na mum ompe bebi onye ha assemblyman another community no ahemfo ni nhia na won ma bebi a obogu na wonyi kwan iwe no mfemfi
sabre omanfo mo tema kumu na omo esun wo mo etie mu pa ekafa wo mo mia ni bia ekwan no asese no mo kire mo se ekwan no mu no adame ekame ese potholes anase manholes pa na etuetue wo mo se mia ni bi te se GTP runabout ekwa akosi pon afenso efritama oil refinery ehono mo pa na kwan no asei wo mo se nam so ma adrobafo se wo mo fa wo mo a ahyen no etwia no anase sika no wo mo atomu pa kyese bo mo nkanka se ne ensuo enya koto a wo mo se wo maye bia ka kyere mpanyimfo enam so kwa mo ye demonstration nanso ni nyina ankwankosi aga enya ensunsuaso bone wo mo so pankanka adwadifo ene wo mo adwumayefo mo sa pomu honom no enu nti sabre wo mo de etudwa se sempanyimfo enimonimu ye ama mesiesie kwan na wo mo beye ye kyere pa asase every eye mankoaze runabout wo mo kwa akosi port and Harbours Authority se wo mo anye sansiesie enimonimu ya wo mo bete wo mo ho agu montene so na wo ma ye kyere
kwaya ede ba habo kwaya haya pa ya free man kwade ede ba gapoha habo runabout sa kwaya ne de nyanya sa u free habo na u pe man kwade runabout na nema wo ka mu a wa hwe ya obeto ka na twene free mankwade runabout na wo san epe Black Star Line one hwe obetu Ghana adwene free ho saa kopim committee 3 runabout kwa ni nyina onya twem wo Black Star Line kwa na tutu te abanye bi ho bibi maye enya sa emboa ye kura
we free mankwade ediba we abonyi sare on kwa ni nya na no kura ye ka ba ko pietize miensa ewo sa kwa no honom no so yesere mu we bibi man na mundi aban we bibi man na untimi yede
13 years ne de kwanetia na tie bia kura ma so ba ye ho adwuma da from hasa to vaku nin vaku on kwa mutimi ye kakra na ma se jan suta na asase suta na asase kwan na die no kura ba akopɛ ebenya pa nka aba na me mo na we de nim se company se do so ho no so ntrao so nka musu nyina tu ya tax de mo nyina tu ya tax nso ya how de nka aba me ye kwan na me no kura ba akopɛ kwan ben kwa fa to anim hati trupa de ka aba me ye me ze kwan na de ache pa
the babelo do I find it difficult at times you spring to me bu yes raban is so betimi ya bibia fa ho amaya ebebo ayen pa from Po to GTP roundabout Toll Road yeah
some people it was a heavy industrial area na le wo mu say ekwan asay ekwan say ache papa na isre abani say on obedi on be hu bi mai isa bani
esa mu ya ni se on se kwanu a se kaka se kwan na fa ha eti amasa dru enumre se ya na Friday particular Friday Mondays aha choki sa kopim GTP runabout
kwa bere ya ka se
to kwanu enti no e wo se omumboa ya wo to kwan particular aha se kaka se kwan na fa ha articulators ni tankers
area shafo ye home eye premo kase no se yakoba menyo be manimado e de agudie mu nsem so beba beto so ko bebia beba sesia